What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Lockdown 23-1. If you are new to this channel, we talk about all things prison and crime related. If that's the kind of content that you're into, do not forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell before you leave. Chris Watts lost all his prison privileges for 2 weeks after his underwear was found in a man's cell. An incident report that reveals Watts' underwear and petroleum jelly were found in a fellow inmate Dylan Tallman's cell. At the same time, Watts had been making phone calls to members of Tallman's family. He had not only called Tallman's mother multiple times, but had his own parents contact Tallman's mother and girlfriend with the messages. Man, if I was doing life in prison for killing my own family, my wife and kids, my parents would disown me. Ain't no way they would be sending messages for me, man. Wiped out my kids, their beautiful grandchildren. Ain't no way, man. What the hell would you do if you were the father or the mother of a child that just wiped out his wife and kids? I just don't see how anybody could even love their child after something like that. I just can't see it. And I'm a father of 4. The incident occurred in July and resulted in Tallman being punished for unauthorized transfer of property, unauthorized forms of communication, and possession of contraband miscellaneous. The relationship between Watts and Tallman is unclear. Tallman has a lengthy history of infractions at Dodge Correctional Institute. He is currently suing multiple employees at Dodge, which is how Watts' incident came to light. Tallman said in legal filings he will drop all his complaints if the state will agree to transfer him from maximum security prison to a mental health facility. He has been in and out of prison for most of his life, though the 27-year-old inmate has never been charged with a violent felony. Never been charged with a violent felony. Why is someone who has no violent charges anywhere near this guy? It's probably because they're in PC. I can almost guarantee if Mr. Watts was put in the main population at any given time, inmates would tear that fool apart like wolves, and they wouldn't think twice about it. You shouldn't even be allowed to have phone calls or anything if you're to ask me. Tallman has written a book about his life, and he's also working on a book of prayers with Mr. Watts. A book of prayers. Watts has said that the prayer is how he communicates with his dead family. This is the man who wiped out his whole family, tried to hide him in a gruesome way, gets caught, goes to prison, starts hanging their photos on the wall, talking to his photos, praying, finding God supposedly, and now he's working on a so-called book of prayers with his newfound friend Tallman to speak with his dead family members. I told y'all in prison there's so many different kinds of religious beliefs, it's unreal. And you know, honestly, I think people just go to prison and start making up their own religions and whatever. You know what I mean? They just do. And they find some, like-minded crazy idiot next to them, and they click up and start making little cults in prison. That's what happens. But really, they're just trying to kill time off each other. That's all it boils down to. But let's not bypass the highlight of the story here. Why is Chris Watts' undies and lube in Tallman's cell? Can you imagine how much lube or petroleum jelly these inmates are buying? The ones that are back there by themselves in the cell for the rest of their life? They probably got crates of that shit. Ain't nothing else to do back there, ladies and gentlemen. Shit. Next, we got a Philadelphia rapper, ARAB. He's being expected to spend the next 4 decades behind bars. The 38-year-old artist's legal name, Abdul, was sentenced Thursday to 45 years in prison for his alleged role in drug trafficking ring. The news comes less than 3 years after ARAB and 8 other men were arrested on federal drug charges. Prosecutors accused the rapper of turning his original Block Hustlers OBH record label into a large-scale trafficking ring that was implicated in at least 1 murder. Prosecutors reportedly linked him to a fatal shooting after discovering the following lyrics on his phone. "I'll have the whole city scared. Stand near home. I call Taz and tell him bring that fool's head to me." The rapper's proactive music was a major talking point in the prosecutor's argument, as they believed ARAB's lyrics were more than just a marketing ploy. ARAB was sentenced to 45 years in prison. Another crazy case of rappers saying shit in their lyrics they shouldn't be and on social media, implicating things that they probably think the U.S. attorney or whatever the case can't really piece together. I'm using too many code words. I'm describing it, but I'm not really describing it. There's no way. But where there's a will, there's a way. I can guarantee that. I said it once and I'll say it a million times if I got to. Watch what the hell you say in your music and on social media. Next, we have a different kind of story about a rapper being released from prison after 21 years.
You have no disciplinary write-ups whatsoever. You have done well while you've been in prison, and you've taken some really good programs, and you've done some good things while you've been in prison that I think are very much to your benefit. Based upon all of those things, Mr. Phipps, it would be my vote today to grant you immediate parole eligibility.
Thank you, Mr. Marabella. Mr. Roche?
Mr. Phipps, you have served over 65% of the judge's sentence. So basically, I'm going to vote along with Judge Marabella and vote that we recommend to the governor that you have immediate parole eligibility.
Despite being granted clemency, which allows a governor or president to pardon a person or commute their sentence, Mac will have to stay put until his June 22nd parole hearing. That is just one feeling that nobody can ever understand unless you've been through it. It's just a crazy feeling knowing you're going home unexpectedly. Mac was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 30 years to life in prison. I just did a manslaughter case the other day. Y'all seen it where the girl got sentenced to 6 years for running over that Navy motorcyclist. 6 years. I didn't even know you could get life in prison for manslaughter. Manslaughter, for the most part, is an accident. You know, it didn't mean to do the shit. But congratulations to Mac. Hopefully he stays the hell out of prison. Now, before we wrap this video up, I would like to jump out of the crime scene for just a moment and to give you a little taste of my journeys for the last 3 days. 2 days. 2 days. I'm sorry, I'm horrible at math. Alright, so it was my wife's birthday. Not exactly her birthday, but we were going to celebrate that day. It was a weekend. I believe it was Friday. And I had this amazing little one night little good getaway for us at the casinos. You think it's just for me. Little do you know, she loves blackjack more than I. Alright, so this is how crazy it is, alright? It's about an hour before they leave. Me and my father do a lot of surf-related artwork, you know, beachy stuff. And I got a lot of blank skateboard decks just laying around in my garage, and my kids like to paint on them, right? Well, as I was leaving the house, we had literally 1 hour before we leave, and I was going to take all the kids next door to my parents, because my parents are my neighbors. Beautiful thing, huh? We own the whole little corner. My damn neighbors, my parents. I love it. But anyways, as I'm leaving the house, I see my daughter, one of the twins, 11-year-olds. I have 4 daughters for anybody that might not know. I see her surfing the web with a quick glimpse to my left, and she's on Amazon. Literally just a couple seconds, I seen that she was looking at wheels and trucks for skateboards. So being the father that I am, and I love to give surprises, especially to my children. I love to see the reaction of people when their heart is uplifted or they're surprised. You know, I just love it, man. It's just a different kind of adrenaline rush that I'm addicted to nowadays. Try it out sometime. So with that being said, I drove to the oceanfront, which is literally like 30 seconds down the road, and I stopped at a place called 17th Street Surf Shop. And I tagged them on Instagram. I picked out 2 of their 17th Street logo skateboard decks because, you know, my kids are kind of touristy. They like touristy type of stuff, and 17th Street is very popular out here in Virginia Beach. But got them the wheels, the trucks, and the dude that was making everything. Hey, I got me some sunglasses too. I forgot about that. I've been meaning to do both of them. They told me they wanted skateboards a while ago, and I needed sunglasses. I lost my sunglasses on the beach the other day. Prescription. Now I'm venting. I apologize. So now I'm at the shop buying the 2 skateboards. Bought me some sunglasses, and the guy that's building the skateboards starts talking to me, and I could tell we're kind of clicking because we're talking. Somehow, I don't know how. Somehow we ended up talking about legalization of marijuana in Virginia. How did we end up there? I don't know, man. But we started clicking, we started talking, chatting, and then we started talking about the system and the governor. And then he told me, give me about 15 minutes. I should have both of them wrapped up. After we done small talk for about 10 minutes. So I go to the car, I'm chilling, and I don't like sitting in my car for too long. So I got out and started looking around, and that's what led me to buy my sunglasses. Idle hands will play, or they'll buy sunglasses. Keep in mind, this is Brittany's birthday that we're supposed to be celebrating. I'm buying everybody a gift. She ain't got nothing yet, you know, but she has something beautiful planned. Like I said, the casino, she was so happy. Anyways, I take the damn skateboards home. They were completely surprised. They loved them. They were skateboarding in the living room for a little bit on the carpet. Then Miley comes to the backyard and screams she's going to the shop, her and Kaylee, with the gringo, my father. And I knew what time it was. They were taking their skateboards there. There's a lot of concrete to skate on. I didn't think anything of it. Literally about 5 minutes later, this is about 30 minutes after I bought the boards. So I go and get in the shower. Almost immediately, as soon as I put the body wash on my ass, I get a scream. My mom. It's an emergency. Actually, Brittany said it first, and then they're all like, it's an emergency. It's an emergency. I'm thinking they're playing. I'm like, I'm ass naked. Are you serious? So I run over there, wrap up, run over there, and I said, what's going on? My mom's looking up to me, and she says, Kaylee's foot's backwards. I couldn't believe it at first. Backwards? No. I said, no, she probably just sprained her ankle. No, the shit was snapped. The tibia and flibia, wherever those two bones are, big leg bones, they were snapped. So she's been in the hospital for the last 2 days. She got a cast on. Thank God they didn't have to do no surgery. I guess they set it by hand, you know, put her to sleep, pulled it, tugged it, you know, all that good stuff. And but it was terrifying for me because she ain't even had aspirin before, you know, and she had to have all these, you know, pretty hard drugs because of the pain, and then she had to be put to sleep. She ain't never had any of this stuff ever, you know. So me as a parent, I was very worried, you know. Anything could happen, side effects, anything, especially being put to sleep. I've always been terrified to be put to sleep until last year. I've been put to sleep for endoscopy, and then I realized, what the hell, I'm ready for the next one. The way that they put me to sleep, man, it was heavenly. I was out and up, rejuvenated before I even knew. It was like nothing even happened. But Kaylee is doing just fine, and I hope you enjoyed a little personal story to wrap this video up. Maybe I'll do a few personal janks here and there, every once in a blue moon. But as always, if you enjoyed, please do not forget to hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave. Go check out all the links in the description of the video. Add me up on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. Go buy yourself some Lockdown 23-in-1 merchandise off of Teespring. Oh, and I forgot to mention something too. I completely forgot to mention this. One of the workers, when I came back from leaving my car, one of the workers noticed me. He said, damn, this is 23-in-1, bro. And then the other worker, he said, well, that would explain why we were talking about prison and marijuana.